because I have a little blurb here about this gentleman. The reason Michael is here is to educate, motivate, inspire, share, and help everyone on this terrible epidemic topic called mental health disorders. Michael has been a passionate speaker his whole life, from his past 20-year mortgage career to his current career as a passionate, educational, inspirational, humorous, and memorable maximum impact awareness speaker. Michael's purpose is to help change this terrible stigma about all mental health disorders, from people who don't have a disorder to people who have a mental disorder but are afraid and scared to come out, and to all people who have a mental disorder to continue with their recovery and use other tools as well. Michael is the father of 2 teenage girls and a whatever ex-wife. Hobbies are girlfriend, dancing, prayer, speaking, and using humor as much as he can. And of course his 16-year career and counting of having bipolar. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Weitzman.
Thank you very much. Just a little so you can see.
No, go.
Thank you for having me here today. I really do appreciate it. I want to get right into it, which is very important. I want to have a show of hands in this room of how many people here do not have a mental disorder. How many do not? Wow, I don't believe that. Who does not have a mental disorder? Well, there's a decent amount that don't. Well, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to pass this around. This is something I work with Wrigley's. Take that, pass that around. And you can take this and pass this around. This is stuff I work with Wrigley's Spearmint Gum. I came up with an incredible idea. It's called bipolar mint gum. And bipolar mint gum is what I'm using now to get people that don't have a mental disorder or mood disorder to realize what it's like and have that taste and feel of having bipolar or any other type of mental disorder. It's an amazing thing that I came up with right now. I might pass it on to maybe schizophrenia and other things, schizophrenia gum. It's going to be an amazing concept. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, there's no such thing as bipolar mint gum. The reason I say that is just bring out the analogy with a little humor to give you the understanding is that we have an issue out there in this world. People that do not have a mental disorder do not have a clue what it's like. They might have a little clue from someone they might know here or there, but in reality, they don't know what it tastes like, they don't know what it feels like. I don't want you to ever get to that stage if you don't have a mental disorder. But I want you to know that you need to be more understanding, accepting, and supportive and helpful to anyone that has a mood disorder or has a mental disorder. The second thing that I'm working on is very important, is people who don't have a mental disorder, they do have a mental disorder, but they're not coming out of the closet. I came out of the closet with my acceptance at the age of 40. I was having problems in my high school, having problems in my 20s and 30s. I didn't come out. I finally came out. It took a long time, but there's many people out there that have a mental disorder that are afraid of stigma, that are afraid of their wife or their husband or their friend or their coworker, that they're going to find out that they might have a mental disorder. That's ridiculous. That's got to change. And then the third, I call it like the three amigos. Third part of the amigo is fact that since I've suffered for over 16 years with my bipolar, I still have an amazing life. I still got married, have 2 beautiful kids, have had a house. Some of them have been gone, but that's not because of my mental disorder. You still can have an amazing life if you have a mood disorder or a mental disorder. So that's just to clear that up, what I'm working on to make a difference in this world, and I am going to do something about it, which I'm starting now. Another thing that I just want you to understand, to give you a taste of what it's like, if you've never had a mental disorder is this. It's my favorite. Does anyone know what this looks like? Anyone? What does it say? Anyone know what it says?
Open hours.
It's open hours.
Open 24 hours. Neon sign. And what that means to me, when I'm going through my major problems with my disorder, oh my God, it doesn't go away. I can have it for days, weeks, and months. And it's just like a diner, 24/7, baby, open, and it doesn't go away. And people would say, well, God, you just stay in your room, you're isolating, you don't want to eat, you don't want to drink, you don't want to shower. That's what I've done as part of non-functioning depression. I've had that. And look at me now, 3.5 years, 3.5 weeks, 3.5 months ago, I was in a hospital. Doesn't look like it, huh? Because I've done certain things, which I'm going to get myself to feel better. But the neon sign is bad. You have when you're having some sort of disorder, like a mental disorder, you have those unbelievable highs. Like I can do anything I want. I can spend as much money as I want. And then you have those unbelievable lows, called the cave of hell. I call the cave of hell and non-functioning depression. It is real, it exists, and we need to help people that are suffering. And the people that don't have it, I want their help. That's a little bit about the neon sign, as I use an analogy of what I've gone through in my life. Now, also, is that I also have, since I've been with my disorder for 16 years, I've gone through, I don't have to pay for body lotion. I don't have to pay for shampoo anymore, conditioners anymore. I don't pay for any of that anymore. You know why? Because I've gotten so many of them at the hotel I've been at 6 different times. It's called the psychiatric hospital. Now, I'm not trying to make fun of the situation, but the point of the matter is, if I'm having this functioning type of way, I need to do something about it, don't I? And I went to the hospital, and it's helped me every single time. Unfortunately, it's come back every single time. But that has helped me so much in my life, which is going to a hospital. And then, of course, my favorite, the triangle. I've been on the triangle my whole life, but I've added more to the triangle. Psychiatrists, the meds. That's very important. Of course, I would love to not have to take it, which I do many times. After I feel good, I'm bipolar, I feel great. I go off the meds, I go off to seeing anyone, and then go back into the cave of hell, or non-functioning depression. And then you have, besides the meds and the psychiatrist, this part of the triangle. What do you got? Yeah, I know what you got. You got the talkers. You have the therapists. You have the psychologists, the social workers, the nurse practitioners. That's the second leg of the triangle. That's very, very important that you need to do that. I don't want to take meds, I don't want to see anyone, but you need to do something. But what I have done, and which is I'm doing to everyone I talk to, people that have a disorder, people don't have a disorder, I tell them basically, you need to do more. You need to do more. And what I tell them, to go beyond the triangle. And this leg of the triangle right here is toolbox. It's the toolbox. And what is in that toolbox, Michael? Well, I've been using it from as much as last year to this year. What are the things you can do? If you have a mental disorder or a mood disorder, what are the other things you can do besides psychiatrists, meds, talkers? You have the toolbox. Well, what I've done is very simple. I make a list every day of what I need to do and accomplish during that day. Might seem trivial to you, but it's very important. The other thing I do is journaling. Boy, do I journal. I journal because I love writing a lot of comedy material and stuff like that. So journaling, just telling you how I'm feeling during that day and what's going on right now in my life and with my girlfriend or whatever, is so important. To me, I'm not saying it will be important to you. But it's important that you give it an opportunity. You do the journaling. I do meditation. I never did meditation before. I used to say meditation, I thought that stuff where you drink. No, not that's medicine. Meditation, different. So I meditate. I do deep breathing exercises. I've been involved with a spiritual life coach. These are all the things I've done in the last couple of years that's made a difference to me. From the tools, my wellness tools from the toolbox. And then I do affirmations. Oh, I love affirmations. I don't care. It's been very important in my life. Affirmations, creeds, prayer, church, Bible. These are so important in my life. Support groups. Going to support groups when you have this type of situation, going with people that have the same thing that you're going through is fantastic. And when you're feeling really good, which I'm out of basically feeling bad. My recovery's doing great right now, but I can't say it's like you never know when it can come back. You never know. So support groups are great. And I told you before, humor. Bipolar and gum. Come on, who would come up with bipolar and gum? I did. I was manic. It was a fantastic idea. I'm very creative. I came up with that. So reading spiritual teachings of people like Eckhart Tolle. You talk about Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, Miguel Ruiz. These are really beautiful books about yourself, getting rid of the ego. That's just some of the things that I've done in my life, that I'm doing now to make a difference. And all I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is that there's so many other tools that I have in my toolbox I haven't even tried or done yet, but I throw it out to everyone to give it a chance. And it works out beautifully. And then the next thing I'm going after is people that have chronic illnesses. Like, you're talking about MS, you're talking about diabetes, you're talking about cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's. There's tons of people that are suffering with their own chronic illness, and guess what? They have mental illness with that too. They have mood problems with that. So they have a double whammy, and they need to be helped, and they need to be talked to as well. So, all I can say to you, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm definitely on a mission, and I'm not stopping. And I'm going to all places, from hospitals to outpatients, inpatient. It doesn't make a difference. I'm going to be that person to do the three things. Number one, educate the people that don't have a mental disorder. Number two, help everyone that's suffering to come out and not be afraid to get help. And number three, help all my people that suffer like I do, even though I'm not doing it now, it's in remission, so they can try other things in their recovery, and most importantly, use other wellness tools to feel better about themselves and have an amazing life. Thank you. I love you all.
Thank you. That was very inspiring.
Can we
Very
keep the
good.
gun?
I enjoyed
It
that.
won't work, so you can take a piece of it. You want to know what bipolar is?
All right. Thank you.